Okay, hello and welcome to What Was That with myself, John Williams. I laugh, not to add some kind of cheesy fake energy at the start of this video, but because I thought I'd been recording for the last 15 minutes of my life. And it turns out this was not the case. But that's okay. That can be take one in this unscripted diving to the realm of Sludge Mother and the new single Pig. And to be clear, if you want to discover more of what modern rock gets me going, go to whatwasthat.ca. Consider joining us in the Patreon realm of whatwasthat.ca. There's the podcast, there's the reactions, the analysis, the radio shows. And that's as much selling as I'm going to do because I am really excited to share my thoughts on Sludge Mother. Led by Cami, the Americans out of somewhere, I'm presuming potentially in California, though I don't know. That's just a guesstimate from piecing together the odd interview here and there, and a joke in one where she said, born in San Diego. No, just joking, moving on. Is that true? Could be true. Might not be true. Anyway, No Temple was one of my favorite songs of 2024. So flipping good. Yeah, let's cap it at that. Let's cap it. Otherwise, I'll just listen to the whole song again. Like it's just really flipping good. So let me analyze the shit out of Pig by Sludge Mother. Worth noting, first off, the depth of the darkness in those tones. The foundation has been set. This, to me, is immediately dark and mysterious and thickly textured. Every single bass and guitar and the kick, everything in there in this moment, in the first 10 seconds of the song, and as we'll learn in turn throughout, is low. And it just beautifully melts together like the witch's brew being made to cast a spell of fuck you to the pig in question. Continuing. See how everything is just so interlocked? It's almost overwhelming. That low end, everything is, it's like Day of the Triffids. I don't know, going back to way back when, the freaky deaky flowers that come alive and try and kill everyone and take over the world. All of the branches and all of the pieces interlocking and wrapping around everything in that stereo field to create just that, I mean, for lack of a better word, the fucking band's called it, sludgy foundation. He'll grab your hips so gently, sweetly, until you ask to stop. Look at that. 30 seconds in, we're leading into a pre-chorus, right? And everything immediately fucking opens up. Let's go back. Bam, we're straight in the chorus. This is what fascinates me about this song, having listened so many flipping times the last few weeks and having been in a situation where you write, and this is such a fucking good song, you write such a good song, and then I'm so intrigued as to whether Cami and the band then went, oh, do you know what, we got to trim, we got to trim, we got to trim, we got to get in, we don't need to waste time with this journey lyrically, we don't need to waste time with this journey sonically. Let's get into that chorus and tell them to fucking do one straight away, right? It is so interesting as well. The use of the drum kit. Everything opens up once we get into that pre-chorus, right? That comes in on guitar-wise. Right? I'm not a guitar player. I think that shows in this instance. That bit more top end, middle to top end comes in, and immediately everything just disperses and separates a bit in the sonic field. That sludgy, overwhelming foundation has split, it's fractured, it's broken up. What I find so intriguing is the lack of the cutting cymbals in the mix. They're there used so... You got to really hone in on listening for that crash. Do you see what I mean with that? You can barely hear the cymbals, but the role they're playing in this mix is crucial because it's giving just a little bit of top end that we don't just start swimming and Cammy's vocal getting lost in that sludgy low end that they've created. Let's take it back. I'm a witch's daughter and you're just some bitch. Yeah, pardon me, John from the past, just watching this back before I upload it. I'm not sure. The song's called Pig. Where are you getting the bitch from here? Is this something to do with your past that are you not listening to what she's singing about? I've seen on social media that Cammy's been talking about the fact that, yeah, this is about an abuser. And I've always resonated with songs like this because I've been abused, right? I mean, for those of you that have followed me for years and years and years, it was a day that changed everything for me at 10 years old. It was a day that led to me really overanalyzing and considering, what am I? And what's this personality? And who's the person at its core? And then almost fracturing it off into a multitude of different people that fit different situations, whether it's my uncles and aunts or family or school friends or going to watch the football or whatever it might be, and just having to try and figure out all the while, well, which parts of all these strands of me are real and are actually confident and okay and at ease of being me. And trying to turn that utter bullshit that, yes, greatly defined who I was for many years negatively, but slowly and surely turning that into fuel for the fire to drive towards self-acceptance and self-success as defined by me. And this is what intrigues me about music, right? Is the writer, what will they allow the listener to apply to the lyrical content? Will it be written or from the instance of like, oh, this is something that I heard about that happened to a friend, or that is a common issue out there, is abusive people and men holding power and disrespecting and being pieces of shit and just deciding we're going to do what we want to do and you don't get a say in it? Or is it someone really unraveling and bearing their soul to you? And as I said, from what I've read on social media, it seems that Cammy is sharing an instance of turning serious anger and disdain into power. And it works. What doesn't kill you makes you sick. How about friends with rage? And I'm going to burn right out of this cage. You know, is this... I just... Let's also start fucking picking apart at Cammy's vocal here, because the progression up the range, walking up the stairs as we get to the midway point, the midway point of the song. Thanks, Brain. What are we going to do today, Brain? Okay. Let's not go there right now, Pinky. Let's go back and just listen to that dance up. I really like that line. 1,000 suns under my skin, I'll burn right out this cage. Oh, man. Leave your fingerprints, but you can never take control. How quickly these miniature verses that almost feel like they're 4 lines into the pre-chorus that in the second instance is half the length of the first, straight back into the second chorus. Did my tired brain say you're just some bitch the first time when you're just some dick, or did the lyric change there? And after all these listens that I claim I've done to the song, I don't even realize the difference between bitch and dick. Yes, this just in. He is tired and he is a moron. Seems past John has been applying his own traumatic events of many years ago into slightly rewriting the lyrical content as he analyzes this song. Back to you, John. Are you picking up on how cool these backing vocals are right now? In this bridge, or this area, second chorus leading into bridge into solo, they're so particularly placed centrally left and right. Almost like, I've been watching a lot of this show on Netflix about blowing glass. With Jodie and Harley. I forget what it's called now. It's called Best in Blow, I think. It's Blown Away, mate. It's called Blown Away. Imagine you've got a plate and then you're holding 2 plates like flying saucers either side of your ears. That's what the backing vocals in this make my brain think is happening. That they're both just sat on a plate right here. They're not on a plate held like this, spinning round and round and round, left and right in the stereo. No, they're right here. Let me play it so before I go fucking insane. Oh, fucking hell.
Le who? The her.
Fuck, that was... right? That's not the exact fucking pitch, but... with the contrast of oh, 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 oh. And then let's go with a little cheeky guitar solo, right? Starting and squealing. I like how this solo introduces itself because the song Cool Pig, I don't know if there's some thought process in this or if I'm overanalyzing the shit out of it, but it's like when you pick up a little pig and you... how many fucking people watching right now have picked up a little pig? Jesus Christ. Has anyone watched Babe? No. You know when a pig, little piglet runs off squealing, right? That's where my brain goes with this intro. And all we're doing is just running down, but it just gives the illusion to me of like, well, this little piggy went to market, and this little guitar solo is going to come home. Right? And it's tasteful. It's not overwhelming, right? It just does what it needs to do. It adds a bit of fucking rock and roll without saying, you don't need to fucking... This doesn't require muse arpeggiation. I do not want to see that video back. I'm not going to watch that last minute back. I have no fucking interest in knowing what my face was doing in that moment. It's not a stuff you buy at Disneyland, is it? When Cammy goes way up in the register compared to what we've heard before, just for Did Again, that is a very interesting precursor, hopefully, to the future of getting more of that in there, like jumping up that second octave. And in the mix, it is muddied out a little bit, but it's extremely effective. Right, and actually it almost feels like in the booth when doing the take, there was a bit of backward motion, like driving, the lungs fucking driving it out and then stepping away from it. I won't forget. Doing a lot more singing than I anticipated when we started this video. What I'm trying to say is it's fucking great, okay? More of that. But what I love about this song overall is how tastefully, despite the fact it's about a pig and a rotten piece of shit, nothing is forced, is another way of explaining that. This is why authenticity is what drives my passion and love towards certain songs that come into my fucking world. And this is dripping in authenticity in every regard. And at no point in the song does it try and upstage itself, right? The guitar solo. Just utilizing that extra step up octavely there at the end. Da-da-da-da! Fucking dope. You know, I've lived in Canada 15 years and it still feels a bit weird to say dope, but I feel like I'm growing into it. Side note. And that's, look, she makes no secret of the fact that she fucking loves grunge. Like, that's what I love so much about that era. That's what I love so much that she's channeling in this song here, is at the very end there, right? That classic grunge vocal of just bending down again, like, again. Just take a fucking bow, right? Take a bow. Everyone involved in the creation of this song, it is so good. And to come out the gates with 1, 2, 3 songs that just have such purpose and continuity, you know? There's a lot of, we're in this day and age right now where bands are jumping through multiple genres, and I like that. I've got no issue with that. And it is seldom that new bands appear in this moment and go 1, 2, 3. Like in this instance, grunge, grunge, grunge. A la 2025. Grunge, grunge, grunge. Inspired by the past, but in 2025. And I'm just extremely excited to see the growth of Sludge Mother. What's being worked on right now? Has a bunch of stuff been done already and it's just being slowly and very patiently and very surely released? Or is it very much like one creation? All right, let's put this one out. When the next one comes, all right, well, let's put it out then. And that's all I've really got for this. I just think it's outstanding. If you're new to this and you've just stumbled into it in one which way or another, then please do consider, as I said at the start, going to whatwasthat.ca and just diving into my analytical, passionate, goofy take on things. If you're watching this on Patreon because you saw it first because you're a subscriber, thank you again for your continued support. And whatever you're all doing with the rest of your day, and as always, please look after yourself. And I hope there's some fun and smiles involved in the rest of your day as well, because we've got to cherish that positive. Until next time, cheerio.